Yo, this might be the most explosive video I've ever made. Nicki Minaj has finally said what we've all been whispering for years, that Jay-Z and Beyoncé, yes, the Carters, have been pulling strings to ruin her career. We're talking about secret industry meetings, record label manipulation, award show politics, shady streaming platform deals, and a whole army of insiders allegedly working to push Nicki out of the culture she helped build. And now, Nicki is done being quiet. She's spilling tea, dropping names, and dragging billionaires like it's Friday night on Twitter. So, if you've ever wondered what really went down between Nicki, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z, buckle up. We're going deep. Let's get into it. Let's start from the top, because this was not always a war. There was a time when Nicki Minaj and Beyoncé were tight. They gave us Feeling Myself, they posted flicks together, and Bey even sent Nicki a handwritten note after her son was born. Jay-Z, he put Nicki on the Tidal launch stage alongside Kanye and Madonna. It looked like Nicki was in the inner circle of music royalty. But then, that bond just disintegrated. Quietly, behind the scenes. Nicki stopped getting invites, Beyoncé stopped shouting her out, and the industry started treating Nicki like she was radioactive. She wasn't just being iced out of brunches, she was being phased out of the narrative. And that's when fans started asking, yo, what really happened? So here's where it gets financial, real fast. Back in 2015, Jay-Z launched Tidal, a new streaming service that promised to give more money and power to artists. Nicki Minaj was front and center at the press conference, helping to sell the dream. But fast forward a few years, and Jay-Z sells Tidal for $300 million to Square. And Nicki says she never saw a single red penny. Let me say that again. Nicki claims she made nothing despite being one of the faces of the platform. She even said, no one promoted it more than me outside of Beyoncé. So now you've got Nicki claiming she's owed $200 million and calling out Jay directly. That's not a beef. That's a betrayal. After Tidal, things got weird. Like, really weird. Nicki, who had been the dominant female rapper for a full decade, suddenly stopped showing up at awards. The media wasn't covering her wins. Industry insiders started treating her like a problem, like she was hard to work with. And if you paid attention, something else was happening. A new wave of female rappers were being pushed hard, with a very specific narrative. Nicki's era is over. It didn't matter that she was still charting, still breaking records. Nicki was being erased in real time. And when people asked why, the answers were vague, quiet, politically correct. But Nicki, she knew. And now she's telling us exactly who was behind it. Now let's talk about the Megan Thee Stallion connection, because this is where it gets spicy. At first, Nicki and Megan were cool. They dropped Hot Girl Summer, went live together, and it seemed like everything was good. Then, Megan signed with Roc Nation in 2019, and suddenly, everything changed. Megan's team, aka Jay-Z's team, started positioning her as the new queen of rap. She got all the endorsements, awards, media love. Nicki noticed. We noticed. Then came the petty shots. Megan dropped a bar about Megan's Law, referencing Nicki's husband, and Nicki went off. She clapped back hard, calling Megan Bigfoot, accusing Roc Nation of paying blogs to push her, and straight up saying that they're trying to replace her. She even dragged Desiree Perez, Roc Nation's CEO and Jay-Z's longtime business partner, calling her a nasty serpent and promising to expose her. This was no longer about lyrics. This was Nicki versus the industry's most powerful machine. Let's not forget the infamous Grammy snubs. Nicki has never won a Grammy, despite over 10+ nominations and having multiple record-breaking hits. And things hit a boiling point in 2024, when she and Ice Spice were accidentally announced as winners, only for the Recording Academy to delete the tweet and give the award to someone else. How does that even happen? Nicki fans were furious. Nicki herself saw it as confirmation that she's being played. Remember, Roc Nation has ties to the Recording Academy. Their artists win. Their artists get the slots. Meanwhile, Nicki's left off stage after stage. She said, when you're close to Jay-Z, you get to disrespect people and nothing happens. You don't say that unless you've had enough. This next one hurt more than people realize. The 2025 Super Bowl is in New Orleans, Lil Wayne's city. People expected him to headline, right? He's a legend, the GOAT. He put on Drake and Nicki. He built Young Money. Instead, the NFL picked Kendrick Lamar. Now listen, Kendrick is incredible. No one's denying that. But this felt strategic. Nicki and her fans believe Jay-Z, who works with the NFL to choose performers, intentionally blocked Wayne, because if Wayne performed, he would have brought out Nicki. And Jay-Z, he does not want Nicki getting that stage. Nicki called it. One took a knee, the other took the bag. Shots fired at Jay's NFL partnership, suggesting he sold out and did it at the expense of real legends like Wayne, like herself. Remember the vaccine-related tweet? The one about her cousin's friend's swollen situation? That went viral, and not in a good way. Suddenly, Nicki was being dragged by media outlets, called out by White House officials, and slammed by liberal politicians. She now claims Democrats used that moment to attack her, publicly shame her, and destroy her credibility. And again, she feels the industry allies tied to Roc Nation were quietly co-signing the attack. Nicki felt abandoned, even targeted, and that moment changed her entire relationship with the mainstream. Here's what really eats at Nicki. She's been raising these red flags for years about sabotage, manipulation, industry bias, and people called her bitter, called her a hater, said she was paranoid. But now, everything she said is starting to come out.
If you're confused on why Nicki Minaj is blowing off steam on Twitter and coming at Jay-Z, here's why. In 2015, Jay-Z bought Tidal, right? And promised artists shares or equity of the company in exchange for promotion and investing into the company. Contracts were involved, and big names like Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Lil Wayne, etc. invested a lot of money into this company, meaning they own portions of the platform Tidal and should receive shares and be in the loop on decisions of the company. Nicki Minaj has invested money and promoted. That performance she did with Beyonce was promotion. Nicki did that for free on her behalf. Jay-Z sold majority of Tidal to Jack Dorsey's company for $297 million in 2021. And Nicki Minaj nor the other artists never received a dime. Allegedly, Jay-Z and Beyoncé pocketed the money. The CEO of Roc Nation, who is in a $40 million debt, said to Nicki, "You can have $1 million of the $200 million that you are owed, or the deal is off the table."
We're seeing it. Other artists are about the same machine. Female rappers have literally admitted that they were told to diss Nicki to get signed. The system is real, and Nicki's just the first one brave enough to call it out publicly. So why doesn't Nicki just apologize, play the game, smile and move on? Because she's built different. She said it herself. "I'm not here for brunches. I'm here for the people who chose me." Nicki's loyalty to her fans, the Barbz, is unmatched. She doesn't want to sell out. She doesn't want to conform. She wants to keep it real, even if it means being excluded, disrespected, or blackballed. She told her fans, "Y'all don't even know the half of what's been done behind the scenes. But I can't tell you everything because I know how y'all get." That's deep. That means this goes even deeper than we know. All right, let's ask the big question. Is Jay-Z really responsible for Nicki's downfall? Well, it's complicated. Jay-Z is a mogul. He's built Roc Nation into one of the most powerful machines in music. That comes with control, with gatekeeping, and yes, with agendas. But is he personally trying to destroy Nicki? That's the debate. Nicki seems to think his silence is loud, that he allows things to happen in his orbit without stopping them, that the Roc Nation structure is geared to promote who they want and bury who they don't. It might not be about hatred, it might be about control. And Nicki? She refuses to be controlled. This isn't just gossip. This is a full-blown war inside the industry. And Nicki Minaj is taking on the titans. She's calling out Beyonce, Jay-Z, Roc Nation, the Grammys, and the machine that decides who wins and who disappears. Whether you agree with her or not, one thing is clear. Nicki's not backing down. She's reclaiming her story. She's fighting for her legacy, and she's standing on business every step of the way. Let me know in the comments. Do you believe Nicki's being targeted? Is the industry rigged against her? Or is this just the cost of being outspoken? Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoveTube for future celebrity videos, and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.